I was raised in a church. I grew up going to the United Methodist Church in Higgins, Texas. And I remember sitting next to my grandmother and listening to her sing. And they would open the red hymnals and she would just, man, she could really sing. And I remember thinking, I want to be like that when I grow up. I want to have an authentic relationship with Jesus like my grandmother does. A couple years later, we moved to Oklahoma. And a couple years after that, I got a little sideways. The things that I believed as a little girl about Jesus sort of faded into the background. I ran through a couple boyfriends, made decisions that I absolutely, to this day, really do regret, and was drinking and partying and trying to find my identity in things that were just useless. One day, I was leaving a party and I get into my car and I turned on the radio in my little Ford Mustang, and a Sarah McLachlan song came on the radio. And the lyrics of that song just have been seared in my mind, and it says, I pulled you from the wreckage of your silent reverie in the arms of an angel. And it's like that moment I remembered, and I remembered who Jesus was and is. And it took me back to the church and just this genuine, authentic love I had for the Lord. And I remember praying in my car, and I said, I'm done with this. And I need you to rescue me from this pit that I've got myself into. I prayed that prayer, and it's just been a journey with Jesus ever since that moment. And what is really cool is, as I was being discipled at Oklahoma State, I read Psalm 40. And in Psalm 40, it says, I cried out and I waited patiently on you, and you pulled me from a pit, and you placed me on a firm foundation, and you gave me a new song to sing. And many people are going to hear this song and give you glory. That was the passage of scripture that just blew my mind. It just reminded me that God is in all the little details too, and that God was so faithful to see his girl struggling at Oklahoma State and pulled me from that pit. And it has been a worthwhile journey to pursue God and his word and be surrounded by a community of people that have molded me in many ways. And it's where I am today.